This is Jess from Premier Physical Therapy, and what I'm here to do is do a wrap-up video. So it's Friday and you're at the end of your work week or school week, but I still want to bring in one more concept into how we're thinking about this whole work or school from home situation. So best recommendations are for us to do cardiovascular exercise 150 minutes a week. Now that we don't have commute times, it should be a little bit easier to fit in 30 minutes a day of cardiovascular activity into our life. The easiest way to do that is to go out for a walk, out for a bike ride, out for a little run. It doesn't have to be super intense. Moderate activity, 30 minutes, 5 days a week is essentially what we want to aim for. A great time of day to do this would be to kick your day off with a little bit of activity. Maybe take your lunch break, maybe 30 minutes of your lunch break is 30 minutes, or save it for the end of the day, depending on heat, rain, all of that fun stuff. Now, when we go out for a walk, we don't want to just go out and power walk without warming our bodies up. So remember, we've been stationary for a little while, so we want to prep our tissues for being able to do that movement. So before we go out for the walk, run, bike ride, rollerblade, what we want to do is what's called an active warm-up. So it's not just static stretching, but we want to stretch with movement. Then after we've done that 30 minutes of activity, then we want to come back in and do a little bit of static stretching to really free up some of those tissues, drink some water, and then get back to work. So in order to do an active warm-up, okay, you're going to think about a couple different movements that you want to do. So the first one is what we call heel sweeps. So you're going to put your foot out in front of you, heels on the ground, toes are up. You're going to hip hinge, so stick your butt back so that you still have a nice straight posture with the spine. And you're going to sweep with your fingers the back of the heel. So keep your stance a little bit wider, okay? If you get too narrow, you're going to feel like you're off balance, okay? So you're going to take a step, heel down, stick the butt back, and sweep. Step, stick the butt back, and sweep. Stick the butt back, and sweep. Now, you might be thinking, where am I going to do this? You can do this anywhere. In your hallway at the house, you can do it down the street, down the sidewalk. Anybody that knows me in my neighborhood knows that I'm the girl that's doing the heel sweeps before she runs. So it doesn't matter. They want to judge you for being healthy and active. That's on them. Okay? Maybe you could even show them what you're doing. The next thing you want to think about, okay, is you want to get those hips loosened up a little bit. So you can step and kind of really get the back of that hip stretched out. It's good for your balance too. As you saw, standing on one leg, I was a little bit off balance. Usually about 10 feet or so would be a nice little range for you to shoot for. The last one that I would do is for some rotation, because when we're walking or running, we really want to be able to rotate through that spine. So if I just do some hands to knees, it's going to really help me get that mid-back freed up. So now when I go out for my walk or run, I'm not going to be nice and stiff as I'm doing it. I'm going to be a little bit more freed up so that I can go for my walk and be nice and upright and really use that diaphragm to breathe a little bit better. Now, I've done my 30 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come home, okay, and I want to stretch a little bit more statically this time. So now I'm going to hold that stretch for 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to sit on a chair. I'm going to scoot to the edge, nice and upright. I never want to slouch, okay, even when I'm stretching. I'm going to put one foot out in front of me, and I'm just going to lean forward, okay? This is going to put a nice stretch right into the back of my leg, okay? It should not feel painful. If it is, back off a little bit, okay? It's not about touching your toes, okay? So see my back, it's all rounded out. That's not nice. It's all about just hinging until you feel the stretch all the way down. You might feel it in your calf, you might feel it in the hamstring. Doesn't matter, as long as it's the back of the leg, that's what's important. So hold for about 30 seconds or a minute, repeat it twice, do that on both legs. Then I'm going to stand up, okay, and I'm going to stretch some of the muscles in the front of my chest. I've got my elbow and my hand in the doorway, okay? My feet are in front of that door frame, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rotate away from my elbow until I feel a stretch in the front of my chest. What I'm not doing here, okay, is I'm not leaning my body on the front of my shoulder. That is a great way to injure yourself. So body weight stays on your feet are in front of you, upright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stretch. While I'm here, I am gonna stay hydrated because I multitask because I work a lot and I don't have time. So can't say that we don't have the 30 minutes because we've lost the commute time. So we're gonna add this 30 minutes plus a little bit of warm up, and then this way we're gonna stay hydrated and warmed up. The last one I'm gonna do, okay, is to stretch my calves. Easiest way to do this is I'm going to stagger my stance. I'm gonna go into a lunge position so that I feel a stretch in the back of my calf. I can do this holding onto a countertop. I can do it anywhere. What I don't wanna do is lean forward like this. Okay, see I'm sticking my butt back. I wanna just stay up nice and upright, good posture, lunge, feel the stretch in my calf. Any stretch that I do, I'm gonna hold it for 30 seconds to a minute and repeat it twice on both sides. Now, I've done my activity and I'm gonna go back to work and be nice and productive.